Hey guys, it's finally time in our household. Get ready for some extreme cleaning motivation and some decorating ideas for Christmas. Come decorate with me for Christmas 2021.
Holidays and cheer, but now I got my eye set on you. I'm not gonna play it safe. It's going down on
I feel like I might be the last person on earth that is finally decorating, but you know what? To be honest with you, I just haven't been in the mood to decorate for Christmas, so I've held off. And I'll admit it's time, and I am excited and I'm ready. But you're gonna see me clean my whole house, all 3 floors throughout my house, cleaning. I think 3 days, maybe 3 or 4 days. I'm going to be cleaning up some everyday messes that we deal with, but just getting my house ready for the holiday season. Ultimately, this was night 1, and it was just one of those nights our house was a disaster, as you can see, and I wanted to clean everything up before decorating the next day. I kind of wanted like a clean slate before I decorated. So this will be filmed over at least a couple of days, and I'm also going to be sharing with you 2 of our favorite Christmas morning recipes. So I hope this video gives you all of the holiday motivation, all of the holiday feels that you're looking for. So I want to introduce myself in case you're new. I'm Jamie, which I'm sure that's pretty obvious. I have 3 daughters, twin 2.5-year-olds named Addison and Emery, and then a 6.5-year-old named Avery. I am married to Mike. He is a financial analyst, and we have been together for a really long time. We're high school sweethearts, and we are truly partners in our life, just trying to juggle the craziness of life with 3 young kids. Either way, I'm glad you're here, no matter if you've been around for a while, if you're brand new. I'm just glad that you're a part of the Jamie's Journey community. I want to be that friend for you. I want to be that person that grabs your hand and walks along with you as we're cleaning or organizing at our homes. You know, sometimes we just need that person, you know, to go through stuff with each other. So I hope I can be that person for you. We're in this together. I'm here for you. And I always like to say, you guys are stronger than you realize. I think sometimes we need someone to tell us that. So here on my channel, as you're going to see, decorating is not really my forte. It's not my thing. I kind of keep things pretty simple, but that's what you're going to find here. I always like to decorate, but I like to keep things pretty simple. Like I kind of touched on earlier, if you're new, I don't love to decorate. If you've been around for a while, you know that. It's kind of stressful. It takes a lot of energy out for me. So typically what I do with my decorations is once I get it to the way I love it, and I really love it, I just keep it like that. Like my fall decorations, I didn't really buy any new fall decorations this year because I think it was last year, I finally got all of my decorations the way I just loved it. And like I don't like buying a lot of new stuff every single year. So honestly, I didn't buy any new Christmas decorations this year. What you're seeing here is all from last year. Some of it is still available, and I'll talk about where I got everything, but a lot of it is not from, well, none of it's from this year. So I like to keep things pretty simple. I don't want to spend a lot of money on decorations because I know we will be in a new house next year. So I don't want to spend the money, and I'm not going to force anything just because, like, there are some places I know need some new decorations, or maybe something doesn't work in that space, but I'm not going to force it. I went shopping and I didn't find, nothing spoke to me, and so I'm just not going to force it. So I hope you enjoy the simple decorations that I have, and it works perfect for our family.
So let us take this time to celebrate this year. And let's remember it's about the things we share. Let's come together and make memories that stay. The ones that never fade on this Christmas day.
So you guys might be like, Jamie, didn't you just clean your living room carpets? And I did, but I did not clean this area, this little front room area. We call it the front room. I did not clean this because, well, I'm cleaning it because this is where our Christmas tree will go. So that's why I was cleaning it tonight. But when I cleaned my carpet in my living room, so when we had our old couch, we had a love seat and a couch, and it was just those two pieces, and I was able to take all of the furniture and toys from both rooms and put it on the hardwood floor, and I would clean all of the carpet. But with our sectional, it's a lot bigger, and then now we have the coffee table and that console table against the wall, and there's just too much stuff that we cannot fit all on the hardwood and be able to walk back and forth and like get into the kitchen and go up the stairs. So now I have to break it up, unfortunately. So I honestly, the last 2 times I've cleaned the carpet in the living room, which I did it maybe a month ago, and the last time I did it I think was in May or June, and then before then it was like the beginning or like last year. So I know it seems like I clean my carpets a lot more, but I've only done it twice. And I didn't either time I didn't clean this front room. So I wanted to get that done before we put up our Christmas tree.
It's all around us. Christmas has found us. Yet another year.
And then when I'm done with this, we are moving on to day 2, and Avery and I are going to decorate together, the house together. Mike actually took the little girls, the twins, down to the basement to play and kind of get out of our hair. So Avery and I could just have fun, spend time together and decorate. She really was excited to decorate and wanted to help me decorate. So I was excited to spend one-on-one quality time with her.
I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone
Ready to decorate?
we have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much.
To be 100% honest with you guys, I was not feeling it this day as far as decorating. Like I had not planned on decorating. I guess that's what I should say. So I filmed this right before Thanksgiving. We wanted to leave the fall decorations up as long as we could before Thanksgiving, but then I wanted things decorated because we had a really busy weekend. Thanksgiving's always busy. right? And then the weekend after, we had 3 get-togethers, like 3 party/get-togethers. And so I wanted it done right before Thanksgiving. And I just had, because we had those 3 get-togethers and Thanksgiving, we had a lot on our plate. And this was a day I was not going to decorate, and I was not in the mood at all. Like, I was just like maybe feeling a little overwhelmed. I felt like I had a lot that I needed to do. And I was like, all right, we need to do something fun. I just wanted to stop like feeling overwhelmed. So I said, okay, Avery, let's decorate tonight, because like we had no other plans. And so I blasted some Christmas music. We were dancing. Mike took the twins so Avery and I could just have fun and relax and just decorate. And it definitely improved my mood.
What glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic
I got these stockings from Target, and like I said, almost all of this stuff is from last year. So the stockings were from Target. The stocking name tags were from Etsy. The garland, the light up flocked garland, was from Target. The reindeer was from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. And then the trees were from Home Goods, all of the stuff that was on the mantle. And then the 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly sign, I got that from Kirkland's last year, but I went in there the other day and it's still there. But that's pretty much it. I also have a wreath you'll see me put on our basement door. I got that from Target last year. Some of this stuff may still be available, but like I said, because I got it like at least last year or years before, I'm not really sure, so I apologize for that. But Avery and I ended up going shopping after this. We just walked around like Hobby Lobby, Kirkland's, and Target, and I tried to find like a few small pieces. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on decorations. I tried to find a few small pieces because there were some areas that I wasn't like 100% happy with, but nothing stood out to me. Like nothing called me out of all 3 of those stores. And like I said earlier, I'm not going to force something. If like an area in my kitchen on my countertop isn't perfect, I'm not going to stress about it, because I mean, it's my home, you know? Like, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to waste my money. And it's just Christmas. It's not like it's, it's just for about a month. So, yeah. So sorry if you like something and you can't get it. And maybe next year I can find some new decorations and fill in those holes.
It's supposed to be making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with Christmas lights, so you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up.
So I was wiping things down with the Mrs. Meyer's peppermint spray, which I love the peppermint. I also love, it's in a blue one, I forget what it's called. It's the Mrs. Meyer's, and it's I'm like blanking on what it's called, but it's the blue bottle. That and the peppermint are my favorite. Now, the Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface spray, like I'm going to use it on my blinds. I use it on my countertops. It does leave streaks on my granite countertops, but the only way you're going to see the streaks is if you like get down to eye level and really look. And I mean, who's doing that? So it's all about how I'm feeling that day, like my mood. Do I want something with a strong scent like Mrs. Meyer's, which puts off a pretty strong scent, which I wanted tonight. Other times I'm like, I don't even care about a scent. Like I want my Countertops sparkling clean. So I just switch up my cleaners based on like my mood, how I'm feeling, how dirty my countertops, all of that. But it does a good job of cleaning. It just leaves streaks, at least on my countertops.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chair. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, yeah. I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Cold outside. Making our Christmas memories. But the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe, and I've gotten
something that I've been thinking a lot about, when Christmas rolls around, you start thinking of traditions and how like my family did things one way, Mike's family did things a different way, and you're like trying to combine all of them. So for example, growing up, we had 3 presents from Santa and then the rest were from mom and dad. Growing up for Mike, all of the presents were from Santa. He didn't get any from mom and dad. And then all of his presents were wrapped. And for us, all of the presents from Santa were not wrapped because they're made in the workshop. And so he doesn't wrap them. And so I just think it's interesting how families do things differently. So let me know, like, where do you stand as far as like presents? Are they like a mix from mom and dad, or is it all from Santa? Are they wrapped? Are they not wrapped? Yeah, let me know. I'm really curious.
I've decorated everything.
Hey, did you pick out the decorations? What decorations did you pick out? This is Mommy's. It says Jamie, 1989, 3.5 years. So I was a little bit younger than Sissy's. Who is this? So this was Mommy. Who is it now?
Me.
Because Avery's a volleyball player.
For this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
Avery was so excited to decorate her little pink tree. We got this for her last year. She was using all of the ornaments that like our parents gave us from when I was little. Like I was a volleyball player, so like there's this volleyball player, and she wanted to use all of those like ornaments that have memories attached to them. And I actually don't hold me to this. It might be in here. I don't know. I'm filming this the day before Thanksgiving, and we actually do not decorate our Christmas tree until the night of Thanksgiving. But like I said earlier, we have a really, really busy weekend coming up. And so we are going to decorate the tree on Thanksgiving night because that's kind of our tradition, and it's something I want to stick to, and I don't want to alter it just because I'm decorating the rest of my house. So in years past, we have Thanksgiving on Thursday, which is a big busy day, and then Black Friday is always like relaxing and shopping online for Christmas, and then Saturday is always a big day because we are big Ohio State Buckeye fans, and their biggest rival, the biggest game of the year, we play Michigan. And so, like, there's a big rivalry. Every year we go to a party with our kids, like a lot of friends and their kids are there and stuff. So, like, that game's at noon and we're pretty much there all day. So usually Thursday's a big, long day with family. And then Saturday, big, long day with, friends. And so Friday is kind of nice to have, like, that buffer of, like, that relaxation day and stuff in between. So in years past, we used to decorate Thanksgiving night and then all day on the Friday after Thanksgiving. Now I am way too tired to have Thanksgiving festivities all day on Thursday, decorate all day on Friday, and then, be at like another party on Saturday. Like, that's too much for me these days. So I think last year I decorated early, like mid-November, and it really wasn't for me. It was too early for me personally. That's my personal opinion. I don't like my Christmas decorations up for much more than a month. So I was decorating on a few days before Thanksgiving and then Thanksgiving night because I wanted to hold on to that tradition with our family. I might put up the camera. I'm not really going to like film too much of it, but it's nice because I was actually going back and looking at some of my old videos, my Christmas clean and decorate videos, and like the clips of the girls. Oh my gosh. Like I'm so glad that I have some clips of them decorating the tree. So if I think about it, depending on like how we're feeling, I plan to put in some clips of our tree. If not, then you'll get to see the tree in my next video.
I wanna sing about the Christmas on its way. A reason to hang around and celebrate this day. Everyone's smiling and it's snowing. It's the time of year again. I'm happy you're here, my winter wonderland. Oh, my winter wonderland.
So I hadn't planned on cleaning the basement. It really wasn't even that messy, but I told you guys that I really was not in a good mood at all this day. But once Avery and I got moving, it's kind of like working out. And this had nothing to do with cleaning. I just wasn't in a good mood. But like, you know, with working out, it's like you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. You get dressed. You don't want to do it. And then once you get going, you start feeling good. And then the more you do it, you're like, yeah, this feels really good. And that's kind of how I was feeling. Like once we decorated, it just felt good. I don't know if it was the cleaning part, it was the decorating part. It was probably a combination, and just Avery and I having fun. My mood was like lifted and I wanted to keep going. And I was just like, hey, I guess while I'm in this mode, I might as well go down and clean the basement. Okay, so I know you guys are going to be like, how do you get your Roomba, the iRobot Roomba robotic vacuum? How do you get it to do that? Go in lines. I don't do anything. I've never done anything. It's just what it does. It's a great vacuum for carpet. Highly recommend this one specifically for carpet. I think it's the Roomba 960, but it's linked in the description. I also have these two recipes that I'm making. I will have them both linked in the description, but every Christmas morning we do cinnamon rolls. So I'll either just make cinnamon rolls or a cinnamon roll casserole. I feel like that's... Anyways, a cinnamon roll casserole. That sounds funny. And then a breakfast casserole. So growing up, my mom always actually did both, and Mike's family always did cinnamon rolls. So it's kind of like combining our family traditions. And the breakfast casserole, I've never made this specific recipe. Usually I basically make the same thing, but I use bread instead of biscuits. But I thought the biscuits was like a fun change, so wanted to give it a try. So it's just like biscuit, sausage, cheese, and then egg. You can obviously add onions or peppers or something like that, or bacon, ham, but Mike is super picky, so we keep it pretty simple around here. But like I said, I'll have the recipes linked below. As far as the cinnamon roll casserole, this one was really, really good. And both of these take 5 minutes to assemble, so you could totally do it the morning of, and then you just pop it in the oven. You know, I've never been that person. I hear a lot of people who love to cook. They're like, I love cooking and giving it to someone and having them love it. And like you get satisfaction knowing that you're making something that someone loves. For me, that does not give me satisfaction because I hate to cook. Like making something that, like, even my kids, if they love something, like, it's great. And I guess it makes me want to make it again, but I don't get a ton of satisfaction from that, except on Christmas morning because it's such a special morning. I enjoy making these breakfasts, different breakfast casseroles for my kids, for Mike, because he loves them. And it's always, like I said, it's also a way to kind of tie in our family traditions. Oh, and for the breakfast one, it called for pre-cooked sausage. I could not find pre-cooked sausage. They were all out of it at my grocery store. So I just got regular sausage. I had cooked it up ahead of time. So if you can't find pre-cooked sausage, which would make it even easier, you could always cook up your sausage a day or two before and keep it in the freezer or in the fridge. That way it's super easy to literally throw together.
Every child got their hearts filled up with joy. Yes, it's Christmas all around. Oh, snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, the Christmas choir sing.
So it is another day of cleaning. I told you it was going to take me a long time to clean my entire house. It's just never done in one day anymore. So here I was tackling the upstairs, our bedroom, the girls' bedroom, Avery's bedroom, and a bathroom, and the laundry room. I forgot about that. But pretty much the whole upstairs. And I will tell you, day 3, or what you're seeing here, was actually filmed before we decorated. And the reason for that was I had the time. So this was on a Monday. Avery was at school and I wanted her room to be clean before we put up her tree. And so I had the time to clean upstairs. The twins were also at school for a few hours. So it gave me, I just had the chance to do it. So I did this ahead of time. So just throwing that out there, because you'll see me clean her room and there's obviously not the tree in there. But then if you go back and you look at her decorating her tree, her room was already messy again, which is just, it's how my life is. I clean, there's messes constantly. And I feel like Avery's room does drive me crazy. I feel like it's so messy. And I just decluttered a lot of her toys. She honestly does not have a lot of toys in here. It's basically just Barbies and some art stuff. But when I watch other cleaning videos and I see their kids' rooms, I'm like, why? It almost looks like the rooms don't have anything in them. And I'm saying this from a perspective of I want Avery's room to look like that. Sometimes I watch the cleaning videos of these kids' rooms and I'm like, it's like a bed and a dresser. I'm like, where are the toys? Where are all the little junky toys? I don't know. No matter how much I declutter Avery's room, and I am ruthless when I go in there, I get rid of so much. But I feel like her room always looks messy to me and it drives me crazy. It just drives me crazy in general. And then she's always just hanging stuff up in random places, but it's her room and she's a kid and I want her to have the room that she wants. But then it's when I see other cleaning videos, sometimes I'm like, do their kids not just draw and then tape the pictures all over the wall? She hangs the most random stuff on the wall, and it makes me laugh and it's cute. And obviously I let her do it because it's her room. But when I see other cleaning videos, I'm like, man, I feel like my kids' rooms look so bad compared to a lot of the kids' rooms that I see on YouTube.
Keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a...
I was wiping down the twins' cribs with hydrogen peroxide, if you're curious. So I just got a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, and then I got a spray bottle sprayer from just a spray bottle that I have, and I put that on the hydrogen peroxide bottle. And the reason why I did this is because, well, everyone has been sick. I've been sick. The twins have been sick, and they have snotty, runny noses. You know how that goes. So I like to make for sure I'm wiping down their crib a lot especially when they're sick. And they put their hands all over their cribs, they put their hands in their mouth and all of that. So I don't want to wipe it down with like Clorox, but I like using hydrogen peroxide because it can kill germs, but then it is also something that is safe to consume. So that's why I was using it. And if you were curious earlier, I had turned on something in my room. It was a air purifier. So I have been meaning to get one of these because I've been so sick and it's allergies and cold, and I just we need cleaner air. Yes, we clean out our air filters. We do all of that, but I was like, oh, I need an air filter or a purifier. I just have not prioritized it. And then finally, one of you guys mentioned it, and I was like, yes, I have been meaning to get one. So I finally stopped. Okay, let's take the time. Jamie, once she said that, I was like, yes, I've been meaning to get one. So I went on to Walmart or Amazon, I forget, and I finally ordered one. Who knows if it makes a difference, but it helps clean and purify the air, which definitely cannot hurt with all of the allergies that we've been experiencing.
Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. Loving so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh.
In case you're wondering, I was wiping down the vanity with my DIY cleaner, which is 1 part rubbing alcohol, 1 part water, and then I bought about a fingernail size of Dawn dish soap. 1 part, sometimes that confuses you guys, like when I say 1 part, and it's because bottle sizes are different. So it's, the same amount of water, put in the same amount of isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol. Honestly, the ratio is not super important. Like if you don't get it exact, it's not a big deal. I just eyeball it, to be honest with you. The only one you have to be careful with is the Dawn dish soap. If you put too much, when you spray it, it's going to get really soapy. So that's why I say like a fingernail size, because you want it small, but it's kind of hard to measure out. Just don't put too much. Okay, so I was able to add in the footage from Thanksgiving night when we got together decorating our tree, and it kind of makes me laugh. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, but you watch this clip and it's not like a super long clip of us decorating, but you're gonna watch it and you're like, oh, beautiful memories, and it looks really nice when it's you're seeing this family decorating a Christmas tree as Christmas music is playing, and it just looks so wonderful. But if only you could be there in person. To be 100% transparent, it was a mess. We decorated on the night of Thanksgiving. It was the first time that the twins did not have a nap because we were at my grandma's, and the time we had to eat, it just did not work out. So we're like 2.5, they're able to skip a nap. So we skipped their nap, and you guys, they were an absolute mess, an absolute wreck. When we got home, we started decorating the tree. There was so many tears. Mike is a huge Buffalo Bills fan, so he is dressed in his Buffalo Bills gear, which they played the night of Thanksgiving. So if you're from Buffalo, you'll see his pants and you're like, yeah, totally understand those pants. I guess they're pretty popular in Buffalo. But the kids were a mess, like literally all 3 kids. Too much fun, not enough sleep. There was a lot of tears, and then the top of the tree did not light up. And Mike could not find like the missing light or whatever. It's a pre-lit tree. So needless to say, you get a little clip, but it was a mess behind the scenes. But you know what? It's all good. We're going to try to get some lights to string around the tree. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there because like when I added it in the clip, I'm like, oh, you cannot hear the screaming, the crying, the fighting, the tears. But you know what? That's the holidays sometimes with young kids. There's a lot of highs and then there's a lot of lows because everyone is overstimulated, overwhelmed, and on a sugar high and not enough sleep. So either way, that's our Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed this.
It's cold outside, it tingles in my heart. Breathing air that clears my mind. I'm all for a good start. I hear those jingle bells, people singing about love.
Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Can you say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It feels like I'm a kid, like I'm forever young. And that's why I wanna